Hey, dude, just thought I would try recording this real quick to try to help you out just a tad with the presentation. I thought sometimes just hearing somebody else say it can help out a bit. So, again, you did a great job earlier. Just want to see if I can add a few things to help you out. So, when we talk about our business concept, our vision, our values, our vision is to be the sought out leaders of effective workforce solutions. And really, what this looks like is businesses are actively seeking us out to help them out with recruiting, to help them out with retention, and some of those things. Very different from what we're doing right now, which is us having to call out to businesses to get them to work with us. What it also means to be the sought out leaders is that people come to Express first to start their career search. We're not an afterthought. We're not the first staffing service that they come to, but they know if you want a great job in the Eau Claire area, they have to come to Express because we have those jobs. We can get them set up in the right spots. So we want people to come here first. So our vision to be sought out. The values, yeah, Nate, dude, like use what you already used for the values section, explaining that was part of the reason that you came to Express. That was spot on, dude. Loved it. So then moving on to the next slide, what does the vision look like when it's achieved? Well, what we're thinking, if we were sought out and people were coming to us, we'd be looking at least $3.2 million in gross margin per year between Eau Claire and Menominee. 2 million in Eau Claire, 1.25 in Menominee. We'd have 100 clients billed in Eau Claire, 50 clients billed in Menominee, and you can see the numbers below. If you look at where we've been most recently, ever since 2017, we've been dropping. And so last year was the worst year that we'd ever had, certainly far away from the vision. If we're living the vision, we would be about 4 times where we ended up last year. So, to give you everybody a quick economic overview of what does Eau Claire and Menominee look like, the population of the two communities is about 215,000. And so what that means is, I mean, there's a lot of people here, yet it's not a huge metro that isn't necessarily our sweet spot. This is like the perfect size market for an express office or a couple of express offices. Labor participation rate has been dropping and continues to stay low. So we saw it certainly continue to drop a little bit further with COVID, but this is something that we don't expect to see changing anytime in the near future. Employment trends, we did flatten out a little bit over these past few years in the Eau Claire Menominee area. So there's less positions or less new positions than there were nationwide. Now, we're projected to increase pretty rapidly. We feel really good about that because a lot of our business is warehouse based. Being right on 94, we get a heavy flow of traffic and warehousing, so that could really help us out. But regardless, we're still a little bit behind the national average. And even with that, employment is going up and labor participation is continuing to drop. Two of the big characteristics that we wanted to point out with Eau Claire and Menominee that further this concept of having less people and more jobs is that there's going to be about 64,000 people retiring soon. Meanwhile, 41,000 millennials. So it's not balancing out. We don't have as many new people coming in as there are dropping out of the labor pool. When we look at where people are coming from, this is a great heat map to show us where people are commuting into and out of. What it really helps us see is we do need to stay targeted on Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and Menominee, those 3 blue categories that we see in there. And unfortunately, a lot of the business that we've had has been outside of that. So we've been fighting, so to speak, going outside, sending people out of the normal places. So we need to stay focused there, which is one of our, you'll learn more about here later. See, you're not the only one who sometimes goes a little bit long on these slides. So Eau Claire, Menominee, what are some of the industries that are the largest in the area? And so the blue line is showing what's the employment number. And then the gray line shows where the national average is. So we can see, do we have more or less than a national average? Healthcare, social assistance, government, those are both way up there. But then if you take a look, manufacturing, we are way above, almost double the average for manufacturing for a community of this size. Also, transportation and warehousing, we're a good 25% more. So the business is there for us to go after. When we look at specifically the top 4 largest occupations, we live right in 4 of them. Office and admin support, transportation and material moving, and the warehousing, and then production. So certainly we're in the right niches. We just need more of that. When we look at the business size for the area, That sweet spot is about 10 to 99 employees. That means we have over 3,000 businesses in Eau Claire, Menominee that we could stay targeted on that would be potential fits for us. And with that, we'll pass over to Mike to talk a little bit more about the competition. So, like I said, dude, I just wanted to bounce that off you so you had a chance to review it and see it. Again, as you're going through it, remember to be confident. You know this stuff inside and out. Keep going back to that concept of there's not enough people and there's going to be an increase of jobs, because certainly that's the biggest pressure that we're going to face. And then also remembering to stay tight and on point. What's going to be really tempting is when you have everybody there to kind of go off in a little tangent or to speak very quickly. Stay slow, keep your pace, stay on target, stay focused on what we plan on talking about. Then where we open it up to questions and some of those types of things, that's where we can dive into a little bit more detail. Hope this helps you out, dude. Talk to you soon, man. Thanks.